Okay, Coach, we are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Miami Dolphins.
Down, 30 base. 55. I'm on. 80 weapon. Check four. Switch. Shoot.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
You're out. Check 43. Recon, 132 fighter. Crouch. Bam. Ready.
And he'll give it here to his running back. A big play there for Minnesota. 43 yards. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
X3, 218, chopper. Jump. Kill. Turn it up. Kill.
A first carry for a Miami native. This is Dalvin Cook. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Second and 8 at the Dolphins' 15-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
70, Indy, Christian, Travis.
Let's get that home.
3rd and long.
Check 50, General West.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Set up. 60 outlaw. Topper. Check. 61, matchbox lights.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
He's got a 6'6", bullet high. Be there.
Back to throw. Swift. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Open space inside the 10. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The Miami defense trying to keep them out. They haven't let them in yet. Can they hold again here on 3rd and goal? Operating from the gun. Swift. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. Yeah, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Running, it's Drake. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
54, Mike. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Here we go. Here we go. Jim.
On 2nd and 7, Winston got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. 7 yards there and a first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
He's crashing.
Throwing, Winston. He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hughes. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. He was looking for Parker that time.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Stephon Diggs, 50 yards. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and you mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On second down, it's Drake. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Winston from the gun on third down. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
He's coming. Double up, double up.
Here we go, even.
They'll try and run with Balaj. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got?
A handoff out of the pistol. It's Washington. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Bang, bang, bang. 6 guys. Check 6. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
The handoff to the right side. It's Drake. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Brandon, after last week, we went over 200 yards. Looks like the hot tub, cold tub, whatever he did, it worked pretty well.
Much chatter about that performance. Rightfully so. AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Check 3. Check 13. Check 13.
Now on first down, Drake again. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll try to throw now. Winston. And this is Parker, complete. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
54 Mike.
Hey, let's get him converted. Easy. Hey.
On first down, Drake. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake, touchdown number 18 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
At the 30-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Any weapon. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Tight dog. Tight dog. Tight dog. Let's go.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. Hey, shoot.
To throw on third down. Swift going deep and got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 30 yards there. And, of course, the first down as well. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL.
Hey, lock it. Get wide. Hey. Ready?
Now a handoff here to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Go on.
Now they try the right side here. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and inches.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Now a handoff looking right. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
A 46-yard attempt.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. The first half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
36. 36. Alert flash. Looks off. Flash. Hey, check right.
Now Drake. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. On third down, Winston. And Wilson has it. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to first and 10.
Wait.
Jameis to throw it. Caught. It's Wilson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Sanders' kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors. But overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Ready. Black 22. White. We want it. Come to my way.
On play action, Winston. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Ready. Black 25.
Check 55.
Even.
I'm coming after you. No. Off. Rush in. Slant.
Sonic.
From the gun, Winston. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And that is incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Second and inches at the 21-yard line.
Ready, set.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Quickstone, travel.
Check 4. Switch.
Leo. Let go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Out of time. Let's get off the field.
General West.
Hey, watch hands.
Look at me. Door.
Now they try the right side here. And some room to work. 30, the 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. A big play there with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They run it with Malone. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. 27 yards on the gain there. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Malone. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check 52. Slam.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
I got one. Shift. Green, triple C. Right there. Green, triple C.
Watch the slant. Mike 54. Mike 54. He's scared.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he completes it to Wilson. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Parker unable to get that one, but now it's 3rd down. Fair to say, it hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To the air again with Winston. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Jason Sanders for the Dolphins.
Sanders' kick is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Topper! Check 31. 49. Check 49. Check 49. Now.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Ready, break.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check curls, check curls, check.
61, matchbox, lights.
Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. Swift lets it fly for Thielen. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Xavier Howard. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 6-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Jim, white. Check, 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 check.
Winston now. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
That's another Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Ready, white. Black, 22. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
They'll run with Drake. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
43-yard line.
Ready, flip it. Black, 25. Tommy.
Let's go. Come on.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Daniil Hunter. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. 3rd and long for Winston. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Winston to throw for it on 4th. Going deep here for Parker. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Look, squeeze. Shoot.
Now a handoff looking right. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Xavier Howard up to make the tackle. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
You draw quarter. Rock it. Hard.
Check it out, shift. Watch the shift. He's coming.
Ready?
Second and 10. Going deep for Diggs. But he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in the second half. Instead, it's third down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
The Vikings on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Protein spill.
He's checking. Crash.
Hey, lock it.
Check 50.
Yes.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on second down. Winston complete to his running back, Kenyon Drake. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. Winston. And he hits Drake. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Winston now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. Jameis again. It's complete to Drake. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Winston in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. A throw over the middle, taken in. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So a little under 50 seconds to go. Plenty of time if they can get this onside kick. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And the Vikings hands team able to recover And that should just about do it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well,
through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. With his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point by Marr, up and good. Elsewhere, they're into the fourth at FedEx Field. And the Redskins have scored to swing back in front. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time, and they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To throw is Winston. It's complete to Grant. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing, Winston. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Who that? Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. We got to get the ball, D, get the ball.
One last shot now for Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the